being in the Word was something that at one point, 2020, it was consistent in my life. It's something that I looked forward to every morning. I had my place where I sat with God and I soaked in the Spirit, and I read my Word, and I just saw how it was illuminated in my life. But went through a little trauma, and by no means am I making excuses. But sometimes when you're going through transitions, it's kind of hard to see where the truth lies. And the truth is always in the Word. You know, you go to social media, you go to people, you get confused. It's something that you have to remain in. Because if you're not seeking God first, there's so much that can get in the way of your growth, of your promise, your destiny. And you just get to a point where you get tired. But sometimes we get in these modes where we feel we're our own God, essentially. And I'm not saying that to be extreme, but if you really look at what God is and what that means and what He means in the way He operates, and you look at yourself and see how you're operating, you can kind of see the different ways when you put yourself in God's shoes. So you try to take control of your life, you know, as a defense to all the things that you've been through and whatnot. But what I'm learning is, like, the Word really is my bread. Like, it literally is my bread. Like, I cannot go a day without it. Like, it's completely truth. God speaks to me every time I read it, and that's why the enemy wants to come and distract you and get you off kilter. But I just want to, encourage you guys to stay on track, stay in it, because it will humble you. God will humble you, and we need that. That's love. You don't need someone that's going to let you have your way or spoil you. You need someone who's going to let you go through the hard lessons it's going to take to get better character out of you. That's love. Nonetheless, this morning he had me reading, I was reading John 6. He had me reading that. And this is when, some of you know, when Jesus, the miracle, after Jesus' sermon, he went and he fed the 5,000 off of the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish. But what he showed me was when in John verses 10 through 11, the first thing he did was he made them sit. He made them sit on a grassy area. So you'll follow Jesus and he'll bring you to a place that's already prepared. So he made them sit. And when I saw that, the Holy Spirit stopped me. It's like, there's an area and there's a period, there's a season when you have to wait. There's a place prepared. Follow Jesus. There's a place prepared where you're going to wait and you're going to rest. And as they sat there, Jesus gave thanks. And right after he gave thanks, he said he just beginning to get his disciples to distribute the bread and the fish to everyone as much as they needed, as much as they wanted. And the Holy Spirit stopped me again. And he's saying, like, God is saying, like, if you trust me in rest and wait, not only will I provide, but understand that the supply didn't increase or become multiplied until Jesus gave thanks. And what the Holy Spirit imparted in me is that gratitude begets multiplication. Gratitude begets multiplication. God's not just going to bless you. He's not just going to give you, a blessing. And if it's that one blessing, it's still not going to have room enough to receive it. It's just that great.